The more pressure, the more the cords are going to close up against it. The more you blow air against them, the louder you're going to get a sound. It's called trumpeting. It's actually, it creates a really big sound, as used in belt, but horrible on the cords. Over the long term, what happens is the cords can't lose their elasticity and can't resist that air pressure against the cords. So the big thing that you're going to see long term are one of two things, or even both. Because the cords are pressed so hard against each other, they start getting raw, and you end up with a little bit of a callus that starts growing, and that's called a polyp or a nodule. As it gets harder, you've heard of people getting nodules. And that looks like a little pimple on the side of the vocal cord. It could be anywhere in the vocal cord. It's usually at where the person breaks in their voice. If that happens, then you have to have surgery. And how do you know if you even have it, by the way? If you go through a scale, and you hear a hole in your voice, you hear that happening, you're probably developing that or have it. If you get the surgery done, what happens is they either use actual scalpel or they use laser to cut or burn off that nodule or polyp, and then there's scar tissue. And just like anywhere else on your body, scar tissue is not as flexible as the original tissue. So even though you may have it removed, you may not have the abilities that you once had before you had the nodule or the polyp, especially in flexibility-wise or range sometimes.